Hello, everyone, and welcome to the World Tapping Circle, this EFT webinar with me, with Jennifer. And in the bottom of the screen, you can see Surya there, who is another amazing EFT practitioner and a dear friend, and who's also helping with tech support. So thank you for coming. I'm really excited to facilitate this circle for all of you to the room. I'd love to start us off with a meditation. So if you can just sit comfortably and close your eyes and take a big deep breath, a nice soft sigh on the exhale. Just let yourself arrive in this moment. Notice how you're feeling. Let the rest of the day just fall by the wayside. Just water off a duck's back, just let it go. And allow yourself to be here. And maybe give yourself a little smile inside for showing up here tonight. Or today, if you're in America. And I invite you to feel into your heart. How does your heart feel? Without any judgment, or trying to make it any other way than it actually is. Just noticing how your heart feels in this moment. And if that's tricky for you, then just guess. Another big deep breath with a soft sigh. And then I invite you to connect down into the earth. Just imagining you can send roots from your body down into the earth. Maybe you want to exhale some love down into the earth. And when you inhale, imagine the earth sending some love bombs back up to you, which explodes some love into your heart. And then exhaling, imagine some branches coming out of the top of your head and reaching up into the sky. Sending some love into the great beyond, into that beautiful mystery that is our creation. Receiving some love back from that great mystery, from the divine, from spirit. And coming back to your heart. And if you've just joined us, connecting to your heart. And we are all over the world. You, me, people are in America, in Europe. Let's see if we can imagine connecting our hearts with each other, even though we can't see each other. Imagine there's 18 of us live on this call just now. Imagine what it feels like to connect your heart to the other 18 people who are showing up here. People just like you, with fears and hopes, with some issues, with love. Feeling that love and support that we're creating here at this moment. And another big deep breath. Opening your eyes. Okay, So just coming out of that meditation before I go back into the chat room and say who else is here, there was a poem that I found today that I really loved, and for anyone who's new to EFT, I can see that there's a lot of other EFT practitioners, so thanks Tribe for showing up. But I thought this poem was so perfect to explain to people who've never done EFT before what EFT is. So it's called Autobiography in 5 Short Chapters by Portia Nelson. 1. I walk down the street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am helpless. It isn't my fault. It takes me forever to find a way out. 2. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it still isn't my fault. And it still takes me a long time to get out. 3. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It is my habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. I know it's my fault, and I get out immediately. 4. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. 5. I walk down another street. So I find EFT to be an amazing way to walk down different streets inside our brains, because it's inside our brain that we're creating so much trouble from ourselves. And I find EFT to be a beautiful way to come into presence, which is the theme for tonight, tapping into presence. The way that this works is I'm going to ask you some questions, and you can answer them on a piece of paper, you can type them in a note in your phone, you can type them onto your screen. If you want to run very quickly and get a pen and paper, then you might prefer to do that. So they're like quite simple questions that are going to guide you into this issue that you want to work on. And then we're going to start the tapping portion, which you don't need to know where the points are or anything like that. I'm going to guide you through all of it, and you're going to mirror it back to me. And that's how the EFT works. We talk a bit, and then we tap, and then we flood ourselves with oxytocin, and we feel brilliant. So yeah, those who've done a lot of EFT before might find this a little bit basic. I'm going to make sure that people know where the points are, because there are definitely a few people that are logged on that haven't tapped before. So yeah, so I'd love it if you could have a think about what issue you want to work on. Yeah, choose one issue, something that's making you feel a little bit uneasy in your life, that's taking you away from presence, that's stopping you from really enjoying the present moment. I'm going to be quiet for a moment to let you think about that. Just a really short thing, as though it's a movie title. The fight I had with my boyfriend last night, the fear of talking in front of 50 people at work. Okay, so once you know what issue you'd like to work on, I'd like you to write down some of the emotions that you feel, the negative emotions that you feel when this issue appears in your life. So for example, if you're scared of public speaking, your issue could be giving a talk to 50 people at my work, and some of the emotions that you feel might be anxiety, fear, dread, anxiety, worry. So I'll give you a moment just to write those down. And after you've written down a couple of emotions, we're going to move on to negative thoughts. So this is like your negative inner monologue. What negative things do you tell yourself about this issue? So keeping the example of public speaking, maybe the negative thoughts are, I'm going to mess this up, I'm not good enough, everyone's going to laugh at me, I don't know how to talk. So writing those down. And after you've written down a couple of thoughts, a couple of negative thoughts that you have on that, ask yourself, what does society tell you about this issue? What does your culture say about this issue? So the example of public speaking, it might be, I should be really good at talking in front of other people. Next, have a think if there's anyone who modeled this behavior to you. So did you get this as a template from anyone, especially in your childhood when you were growing up? So maybe mom was really scared of talking in front of other people, and she passed this on, and you heard her say some things. So far, we've written down the issue, the emotion, negative emotions, negative thoughts, and if anyone has been a model or a template for this. And everyone take a big deep breath. I know it's quite intense going into this. We're like digging around inside of it, but I promise that we're turning it all up at the moment, and we're going to be using this beautiful technique to bring some calm and presence to release this issue. And next up, write down if there was anyone that you blame for this issue. And this is where we get real, you know, like a lot of us that are into healing, that are on this more spiritual path, we think that we have to be loving and positive all the time. And EFT is really the opportunity to get really real and to give a voice to all the parts of yourself that just aren't that friendly and are negative inside your head, and to actually admit that they're there and to stop shutting them down and suppressing them and quietening them, and to turn around and give them a big hug and just be like, yeah, I understand that that's how you feel. So get real with yourself. And we're learning to love these parts of ourselves. And EFT is a fantastic way to do that. And I'm looking forward to guiding you through that. So if there's anyone that you blame, mom, dad, yourself, brothers, sisters, boyfriends, lovers, and then I'd like you to rate the intensity of this issue. So anyone who hasn't done EFT before, we use a scale of 0 to 10. 0 means this isn't an issue anymore. This is not a problem. And 10 is like just walking out of a car crash. It's like, can't think straight. Everything feels like a total mess. So 10 is the maximum scale. And maybe you'll write down 2 numbers. 1, great. If maybe at the moment you're like, well, it's not so much of an issue just now. It feels a bit like a 5. But I know that when I go to work and I see that person, it's like an 8. So if you need to, you can write down two numbers. And if you're not clear, then just guess. The reason the numbers are important is so you can see that EFT is working and that it's changing and it's having an effect. Okay, so let's take another big deep breath. Okay. And then beloved Sonia Sophia, my dear EFT teacher and some of our very good friends and teacher, and she says, imagine that there's a gigantic cosmic eraser and you could just like take this issue out of your life. How would you feel? What emotions would you feel if this issue was no longer in your life? Energized, peaceful, happy, present, loving. How would you feel? Write some of that down. Okay. All right. So that's us done with the writing portion of this, and you're maybe feeling a little bit icky having just dug around in all of that. So we're going to get started. So feeling around in the upper part of your chest, you'll come to 2 points that are a little bit tender, and you're just going to massage those. And take a big deep breath. And this is where we start. So I'm going to make statements and leave a lot of blanks for you to fill in some of what you've written down. And if you need to change the words of what I'm saying, then feel free to do that. You're more than welcome. So another big deep breath. So repeating after me. Even though I have this issue, I love and accept myself. Even though I'm choosing to love myself anyway. Another big deep breath. We move to tap between the eyebrows, just where the hairy part ends. This issue that I have, and then say what your issue is. Moving to the temples, to the side of the eye. This issue with, and say what your issue is again. Moving to your cheekbones and make some noise. Tapping under the nose. I do not like this issue. Tapping under the lips. And I'm okay. Even with this issue, I'm still a good person. Big deep breath. Tap into your chest. This issue. Say what the issue is again. It makes me feel. And let's choose one of the emotions that you wrote down. Another deep breath. And then we tap to the front of the ribs. Many of you know these points, but I'll just show you once. So, excuse me, it's in line with the nipples where the ribs stick out. And you just tap there. I feel what? And then the side seam of the body, so again in line with the nipples, right underneath the armpit. You can either cross your arms or be like a gorilla to the side. I feel what about my issue? It's driving me crazy. Big deep breath. Onto the wrist. So you want to get underneath the little pinky finger where the bone sticks out. I'm open to the possibility of accepting this feeling of what? And then coming to tap on the thumb, the corner of the nail. So you put your hand down like you're going to karate chop something and then tap the top. I love and accept myself, even though I feel this way. Another big deep breath. Tapping the index finger. It's safe for me to accept this feeling of what? And tap into the middle finger. Even though I don't like feeling this way, I'm still a good person. And I'm worthy of my love and respect, even with this issue. Another big deep breath. Good, you're doing great. So now we tap up to the fourth finger. So we've been tapping down so far, and now we're going to tap up onto the fourth finger. And have a look, what thought did you write down? What are some of the negative thoughts that you wrote down? Maybe pick the one that feels the strongest, that's the heaviest. You got one? I've been telling myself what about this issue? Tap into the little finger, the top side of the little finger, and repeat that thought again. Tap the back side of the hand. Deep breath. I I love and accept myself, even though I've been telling myself this. Even with this negative thought, I'm still a good person. It's just leftover energy from another time and place. Tapping the top of the head, all over the top of the head, the sides of the head, the back of the head. Let's say this thought again. Between the eyebrows. It's possible that everything's okay. Deep breath. Tapping the temples. What if everything's okay? Tapping the cheekbones. It's safe for me to be present, even with this issue. Tapping under the nose. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Deep breath. Tapping under the lips. Everything's okay, exactly as it is. Even with this issue, I'm safe. I'm coming to tap on the chest. I don't like feeling this way, but it's okay. Tapping down to the front of the ribs. It's not okay. I do not like feeling like this. And then go ahead and make some noise again. I'm choosing to love and support myself through this. Let's say that again as we tap the side seam of the body. I'm choosing to love and support myself. It's possible that this is an important part of my journey. And I'm open to trusting that good things will come of this. Deep breath. Tapping the wrist. So I can love and support myself through this experience. I love myself exactly as I am. Deep breath. Tapping to the thumb. I'm open to having compassion for myself. Tap the index finger. This is a really difficult issue. Tap the middle finger. This has been a big problem for me. Tap the back side of the fourth finger. I acknowledge what a big deal this is in my life. Another deep breath. Tapping the top side, the little finger. I love and accept myself. And it's okay. I have compassion for where I'm at with this. Back side of your hand. Even though I wish I wasn't in this situation, even though I wish I wasn't dealing with this, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Big deep breath. You're doing great. Okay, so let's have what we call a little check-in. And first of all, just coming back to your center and think about your issue again. Maybe you can read it off the page, the issue title that you wrote down. And what intensity level would you rate it now? Just accept where you're at with this. We're like 15 minutes into this process, so maybe the number's the same, maybe it's gone down, maybe it's gone up. Sometimes there's been some numbing, so there's the number can increase, the intensity can increase as you start to look at it. And I'd love it if you could put into the chat window what number you were at the start and what number you are now. So maybe you've gone from an 8 to a 6, maybe you've gone from a 7 to a 9. So if you can just write the first number, dash, and then the number of where you are just now. And I suggest if you get really tired, if you feel like you're going to pass out, stand up and keep tapping. And yeah, so I didn't really say about off-gassing. Tiredness is quite normal, as is burping or yawning, maybe feeling waves of energy moving through your body. All of that's normal. I would say be sure to not jump to an entirely new issue, to at least stay with the same vein. Maybe another issue, an underlying issue is presenting itself, and then it can be good to work on that. So taking another deep breath. I'm going to be tapping between the eyebrows. Another deep breath. And repeating the issue title again. Reminding yourself what it is that you're working on. And temples, same thing. Saying what this issue is. I accept where I'm at with this. Tapping the cheekbones, even though I don't want to. Even though I wish I was somewhere else. I'm open to under the nose. I'm open to the possibility of accepting where I'm at, right here and right now. Tapping under the lips, accepting the uncomfortable feelings. And coming into presence. Tapping the chest. It's safe for me to be present with this issue. Deep breath. And I wonder if there's a memory that you have about this issue. Ask yourself, when was the first time that something like this happened in your life? So using the example of public speaking, maybe when that person was on stage in a school play when they were 7 years old, they really froze and they forgot their line and everyone laughed at them. And they formed the belief at that moment that they couldn't speak in front of the public. So when I'm talking about an underlying issue, that's what I mean. So we're thinking back to an earlier memory, and I'll be quiet for a moment to give you a second to think about that. And try to go as young as possible. Tapping to the front of the ribs, big deep breath. We're going to keep tapping and do a bit of a visualization just now. If you're new to the tapping points, I recommend just staying and tapping all over your chest. If you know the tapping points, then feel free to move through them. So I'd like everyone to close their eyes and imagine that younger version of yourself. Maybe you see them in that memory. And I'd like you to imagine yourself walking over to them and saying, "Hi, I'm you from the future." And ask them if they'd like a hug or if you can sit down next to them. And giving them that hug, that support. And ask that younger version of you, how do you feel? How are you? And listen to what they have to say. Big deep breath. And ask that younger version of you, what do you need just now to feel okay, to feel safe, to feel loved? And if they don't know, that's okay. You're an adult, so you can also just imagine what that younger version of you needed. Big deep breath again. And I'd like you to say out loud to that younger version of you, "I'm so sorry that you're having to go through this. It really sucks. I want you to know how loved you are. I promise you it's going to be okay. You're going to get through this." Another deep breath. And I'd like you to have a think about what belief you formed about the world at that age. What did you start believing was true about the way that the world worked at that time? Another deep breath. Tapping it. Yeah, keep tapping or tap the next point. And I want you to ask yourself if that's really true. Maybe it felt true at that younger age, but is it really, really true? Is that 100% true about how the world works? So I'd like you to imagine looking into the eyes of that younger version of yourself and saying to them again, I love you. And I want to show you something magical. And I'd like you to think of an experience that you've had between that age and the age that you are now, which is like the antidote to what the younger version of you experienced. So if that younger version of you felt really lonely and isolated, maybe you think of a time when you're with a lot of friends and you feel really included and welcomed and you're having fun. And you're going to play that memory for the younger version of you. And imagine them watching it. Big deep breath. And then I'd like you to say to that younger version of you, we got to experience this because of how brave you are. And say to them, I'm so grateful for your courageous heart. You are perfect just the way you are. And really look into the eyes of that younger version of you and see how perfect they are, how worthy of your love they are. And if there's anything else that you'd like to say to this younger version of you, then now's the time to say it. And give them a great big hug. And you can either leave them where they are, or you can imagine shrinking them down and putting them inside your heart. Another big deep breath. Opening your eyes, coming to tap between your eyebrows, tapping the temples. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Tapping the cheekbones. When I was really young, I started to believe. And then what was that belief that you picked up, that you developed, that you started to believe based on that experience that happened when you were young? I started to believe what? Under the nose. And I wonder if it's really true. Under the lips. It's possible, but it's not as true as I thought it was. Deep breath. And I'm open to making a powerful choice just now. I'm ready to let this go. Tapping the front of the ribs. This belief is no longer serving me. tapping the side seam of the body. I'm ready to let go. I love and accept myself. And I'm learning to love and accept all parts of myself. Deep breath. Good. Tapping the wrist again. And it doesn't matter which hand you tap. You can switch it up with the meridians or wired symmetrically. Okay. You're doing great. So looking to your paper, let's do a little bit of blame. I've been blaming who for this issue? Let's say it again. I've been blaming who for my issue? Big deep breath, make some noise. The next finger. It's whose fault? Next finger. It's all whose fault? Up in the back side of the fourth finger. I give myself permission to stay mad at who for the rest of my life if I want. Deep breath. Tapping the little finger. I'm gonna say it again. I give myself permission to stay mad at who for the rest of my life if I choose. And give yourself that permission. Like, yeah, I might stay mad at them for the rest of my life. They deserve it. Deep breath. Tapping the top of the head. I might even incarnate in the next life just to be mad at them some more. I can do that if I want. Another deep breath. Between the eyebrows. And there's a part of me which is kind of exhausted at being angry at this person, at who. And it might be ready, and I might be ready, to drop my end of the karmic rope here. Tapping under the eyes, deep breath. Even if they don't deserve it, even if I never get my apology. Under the lips. Even if they never say they're sorry. Up in the chest. Even if they never learn their lesson. And you can be saying all of this to yourself if you're blaming yourself. Even if I never learned my lesson. Even if I never apologize to myself. I am still worthy of my love. Deep breath. The front of the ribs. I'm ready to forgive who just a little bit. Just to get my life force back. Tapping the side of the body. I have suffered long enough. And I am ready to let this go. Big deep breath. Tapping the wrist. I am ready to make a powerful choice and forgive who just a little bit. The truth is, something happened to them to make them hurt me in this way. And I'm open to having compassion for the experiences that they went through, which led to them hurting me. Deep breath. Tapping the thumb. I love and accept myself. Tapping the index finger. And I forgive myself for blaming who. It's okay. Tap the middle finger. I forgive myself for having this issue. It's okay. Deep breath. Tapping the back side of the fourth finger. I've been holding on to this issue to try to protect myself. To keep myself small. So often the issues that we hold on to, we're either holding on to them to keep ourselves small because we're scared of stepping into our full potential, or to try to protect ourselves from something. So have a think for a moment. Is it possible that you're holding on to this issue to try to protect yourself, or to try to keep yourself small? Tapping the little finger, big deep breath. I am ready to step into my full potential. Tapping the back side of the hand. I'm done with playing small. The world needs me in my full glory. Larger than life and shining. Big deep breath. Tapping the top of the head. I'm ready to let go of this issue so I can shine. I love and accept myself, even though I'm scared sometimes, even though I don't know how. It's all okay. Tapping between the eyebrows. Even though I've been trying to protect myself. Tapping the temples. Trying to keep myself safe. It's okay. Tapping the cheekbones. I'm open to the possibility that the safest way is for me to move forward. Feeling at peace with this situation. Deep breath. Tapping under the nose. I'm ready to feel at peace with this situation. Ready to feel present, centered, and aligned. ready to feel grateful for life and the roller coaster that it is. Deep breath. Okay, everyone. So just once again, sitting, closing your eyes, and tuning back into your issue. What intensity rating would you give it now? And be honest with yourself. And as we did before, you can type in what it was at the beginning and what it is now. And have a drink of water as well. So anyone who feels like, I feel kind of done, like that's been an hour of my time and I want to go do something else, then feel free. We're going to tap for like another 15 minutes just to clean a little bit more of this. And it's up to you. If you're jumping off the call now, then know I love you. And I'm so grateful to you for showing up for yourself. Yeah, so I love you if you're leaving the call. And otherwise, let's do 15 more minutes, right? Like we're already here. So yeah, another deep breath. Between the eyebrows. I love you, Ursula. Okay. So I'd like you to think, what's still left? What's still holding this together? Tapping your cheekbones. Thanks for the love, guys. Okay. What's still holding this issue together? Like, how do you know this issue is still an issue, right? Deep breath. You might. How do you know this issue is still an issue? What's still holding this together? Tapping the cheekbones. And say what that is out loud. Tapping under the nose. And I feel what about this? Tapping under the lips. I feel what about this? Deep breath. We're just going to turbo tap that emotion. So that means we're going to tap through the points and we're just going to keep repeating the emotion. So I'm going to use fear as an example, and you just say whatever emotion you have. And I'm going to burp first too. No, I'm not. Okay, sorry. Occupational hazard. So tapping all over your chest. I feel scared about this. Tapping the next point. Replace the word scared with whatever word you need to. I feel scared. Tap the side. Part of me feels scared. Tapping the wrist. Part of me feels scared. Tapping the thumb. The scared feeling. Tapping the next point. Feeling scared. Tapping the middle finger. The scared feeling. Big deep breath and make some noise. Tapping the backside of the fourth finger. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Even with this feeling. Tapping the little finger. I give this feeling permission to hang out where in my body? So Pia was saying she feels it in her guts. Tapping the back side of the hand. I give this fear permission to hang out in my gut, in my heart? Where do you feel it in your body? Your back. Big deep breath. Say it once more. I give this feeling permission to hang out where for as long as it needs to. Between the eyebrows. This is just a signpost to a part of me in need of love. Tapping the temples. And I'm ready to find this part of myself and give it my love. Tapping the cheekbones. Every part of me is worthy of love. Deep breath. Tapping under the nose. Even though when I was growing up, I was given more love when I was good. Tapping under the lips. But the truth is, even when I was naughty, I was still worthy of my love and still worthy of my parents' love. Tapping the chest. So I'm ready to love all parts of who I am. Even the part of me that feels what? Loving the part of me that feels what? And then imagine that part of yourself. How does it look? How does the angry part of you look? Or the worried part of you look? The fearful part of you look? Can you imagine it walking into the room just now? And the part of you that is joy, that is love, that is presence, just giving it a great big bear hug. Big deep breath. Tapping the front of the ribs. The truth is, every part of me is worthy of my love. Tapping the side of the body. I'm ready to be present with myself. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. It's safe for me to feel at peace, even with this issue. Tapping the thumb, deep breath. It's safe for me to feel at peace, even with this issue. It's safe for my heart to always be open. Tapping the middle finger. It's safe for my heart to always be loving myself. No matter what is going on in my life. Tapping the backside of the fourth finger. I choose to love myself no matter what is happening in my life. Deep breath. Even with this issue, I'm worthy of my love. Tapping the little finger. I trust that this is an essential part of my journey. Tapping the backside of the hand. And I'm bringing love and compassion to the part of me struggling with this. Deep breath. Top of the head. We're going to say that again and really say it like you mean it. I'm bringing love and compassion to the part of me struggling with this. I am worthy of my love and compassion. And I forgive myself for forgetting this. Deep breath. Between the eyebrows. I choose to be at peace with this now. To the temples. Peace is where my power is. Cheekbones. Peace is where my power is. Under the nose. Peace is my superpower. Under the lips. Deep breath. It's safe for me to get clear on the next step here. Tapping the chest. Let's just sit with that for a moment. It's safe for me to get clear on the next step here. I'm learning to listen to my intuition. Tapping the front of the ribs. I trust my intuition and my soul's guidance. Deep breath. Tapping the side of the body. I'm aligning myself to what is best for me. And really feel that. I'm aligning myself to what is best for me. Does it make you sit a little bit different? How would you sit if you were really in alignment just now? I'm aligning myself with what's right for me. Deep breath. Tapping the wrist. Everything is working out for me. Tapping the thumb. I trust that everything is working out for me. I'm learning to let go of all my fear and pain. Tapping the index finger. I'm courageous. Tapping the middle finger. Energized. Tapping the backside of the fourth finger. And look down to what you wrote about how you would feel without this issue. And maybe chat that into the window, or chat in how you feel now. And it just takes a moment for that chat to come through. I'll just be quiet to let you to write in. And we'll tap in maybe just one more minute after that starts to come, and then we'll wrap up. So I'm going to read these out as statements. Deep breath. I am motivated. I am excited, powerful, peaceful, and proud. Another deep breath. Tapping the backside of the hand. I'm relaxed and present. top of the head. I am soft, calm, and ready to do the next step. I am soft, calm, and ready for the next step. Between the eyebrows. I am grateful to care for this part of me. Tapping the temples. I feel at peace, in harmony, balanced, happy, and satisfied with life. Deep breath. So we're wording these in the present tense and in the positive. So we're going to say that one again because I love that one. I feel at peace, in harmony, balanced, happy, satisfied with life. Under the nose. I am whole. Under the lips. The truth is that I am whole. Tapping the chest. I am powerful and peaceful. I am light. I am powerful. I am at peace and compassionate with how I feel. I am light, at peace and compassionate with how I feel. I feel more and more confident. Deep breath. Good job, everyone. So just tapping all over your body and say some loving things to yourself. And if our EFT tribe knows how to do this, but if that feels a little bit awkward, just imagine what your best friend would say to you just now about what you've just done, about how courageous you are for going there, for learning to love yourself in a whole new way. I'm proud of you. I love you. I support you. You're doing a great job. You're acing life. Thanks for showing up today. So just to wrap up, I'd love it if we just sat, it's just going to take 30 seconds just to finish. Just closing your eyes and just running this healing energy through your body. And imagine sending a little wave from your heart to the other hearts who showed up today. Some of you know each other, some of you are in the same cities, and some of us are throughout the world. But feel this network of support and connection to all the other people who are showing up for themselves, who are taking an active role in healing themselves, who care enough about the world and each other to take this time to love themselves. And imagine this invisible web weaving its way all over the world. And imagine that this web is also showering love down on all those beneath it, in between all the destinations that where we're currently sitting. And imagine that web, that network of light spreading around the entire globe until it comes and reaches the back of your heart again. And thank your heart for being here, for beating for you, for cheering you on, for loving you. Okay, when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you so much for being here, for showing up. for being with me as I led my first online circle. I've been leading circles for 7-8 years, and this is the first time I've ever done it when I can't look at the people that I'm leading, which has been an experience. And yeah, I love you all, and thank you so much for being here.